All right, let's get right into it. Today we're going to crack the code on a piece of math that you see all over the place, from your first algebra class all the way to complex engineering, the absolute value. You know what I'm talking about, right? Those two little vertical bars hugging a number? If you've ever seen them and had a moment of, uh-oh, what do I do now? You are definitely not alone. But stick with me, and I promise, by the end of this, you'll see they're actually one of the easiest things to deal with.
So what are they really asking? It all boils down to this one simple question. That's it. That's the whole secret. It's not about positive or negative, it's just about distance. Pure, simple, and always positive.
So let's really dig into that core idea. Because everything else we're going to talk about today, whether it's solving equations or tackling inequalities, it all comes back to that one simple, powerful concept: distance from zero. Just picture a number line in your head. You're standing at 0, okay? How many steps does it take to get to the number 6? Easy, 6 steps. Now, what if you go the other way, to -6? It's still 6 steps, right? The direction you walk in doesn't change how far you walked. And that's the key. That's why the absolute value of both 6 and -6 is just 6.
Okay, now for the official mathy definition. And I know this looks a little weird at first, especially that second part. It says the absolute value of a is -a if a is a negative number. And you might be thinking, wait, I thought the answer was supposed to be positive? Well, it is. Think about it. If a is already, say, -5, then -a becomes -5, and those two negatives cancel each other out, making it +5. See? It's just the fancy formal way of saying just make the number positive.
And this brings us to the golden rule, the one thing you absolutely have to remember. Because it's all about distance, the answer to an absolute value problem can never be negative. It's always going to be 0 or something positive. Seriously, burn this into your brain. It's the master key that unlocks everything else.
All right, you got the main idea? Perfect. Let's put it to work. Time to solve our first puzzle, equations with those absolute value bars.
So when you see an equation like this, your first instinct might be to just solve for x, but hold on. The trick is to translate it first. Don't read it as the absolute value of x equals 5. Instead, ask yourself the real question: what number, or numbers, are exactly 5 steps away from 0? And when you ask the question that way, the answer just pops into your head, doesn't it? Well, +5 is 5 steps away, but so is -5. So you don't just have one answer, you've actually got 2.
This leads us to a super reliable 3-step recipe. Step 1, get the absolute value part all by itself on one side of the equal sign. Step 2, this is the big one. You split it into 2 separate equations, one where the stuff inside equals the positive number and one where it equals the negative number. And step 3, just solve both of those simple equations. That's the playbook. It works every single time.
Okay, but what about this situation? What if your teacher or your textbook throws this at you, an absolute value that's equal to a negative number? Is this a trick question?
Yep, it's a trick question because this can never, ever happen.
Remember that golden rule we talked about? Absolute value is distance, and you can't have negative distance. I mean, you can't be -5 feet away from your front door, right? So if you ever see this on a test, just smile. You've just found the easiest question on the page. The answer is simply no solution. Done.
Okay, equations are down. You're a pro. But now let's level up and talk about inequalities. This is where it gets really cool, because we're not looking for 1 or 2 specific points anymore, but whole ranges of answers. With inequalities, you've really got 2 main flavors. First, you have less than problems. These are asking for all the numbers that are close to 0, everything huddled in between 2 points. So we call this an AND situation. The other flavor is greater than. These problems are asking for all the numbers that are far away from 0, way out on the edges. We call that an OR situation.
And here's the game plan, laid out nice and neat. If you've got a less than problem, you're going to create a single statement that sandwiches your variable right in between the negative and positive values. It's one connected interval. But if you have a greater than problem, you have to split it up into 2 separate pieces, 2 different inequalities, one going way off to the left and the other going way off to the right.
Okay, I get it. This is great for passing a test, but do people actually use this stuff? You bet they do. Let's take a look at where this simple idea shows up all over the real world. Think about manufacturing, like building a car engine or a smartphone. A part might need to be exactly 5 centimeters long, but exactly is almost impossible in the real world. So they have a tolerance, a little bit of wiggle room.
Maybe it can be off by up to 0.2 centimeters. How do they write that rule for the machines? With an absolute value inequality. It's the mathematical way of saying the difference from the perfect size has to be really, really small. It's all about quality control.
Or, how about a weather forecast? The meteorologist says the high will be 75 degrees, but we all know it might end up being 72 or 78, so they give a margin of error, maybe plus or minus 5 degrees. That's absolute value again. It's telling us that the difference between the forecast and the actual temperature will be 5 degrees or less. It defines that reliable range of possibilities.
And it is everywhere once you start looking. Your phone's GPS uses it to say you are here plus or minus 10 feet. Wall Street analysts use it to measure the risk of how much a stock might swing up or down. And your doctor uses it all the time. Those normal ranges for blood tests, that's just absolute value defining what's considered a healthy range.
Whew, okay, we've gone through a lot. From the basic idea to solving equations and inequalities to real-world examples. Let's take a breath and boil it all down to the most important things to remember.
Here's your cheat sheet. Number 1, and most important, absolute value is just distance from zero. Period. Number 2, equations. They almost always break apart into two separate answers, the positive case and the negative case. And number 3, inequalities. Remember, less than means you're between two numbers, like a sandwich. Greater than means you're going in opposite directions, outside of those numbers.
You know, all this talk about distance makes me think of that classic quote from Archimedes. It's amazing how this really simple, almost obvious idea that the shortest path is a straight one is actually the bedrock for some seriously powerful math.
In fact, that simple concept of distance leads to a huge rule in math called the triangle inequality. It's fundamental to pretty much everything, from Einstein's theories of relativity to how computer graphics work, which kind of makes you wonder, right? What other huge, complicated ideas out there are really just built on top of a simple truth we already get?